Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, parents, families. We're so glad to be here. My name's Jack Ashton. I conduct the two string orchestras that you will hear tonight. This is the Youth String Ensemble, and they're very fine musicians, and they're such great people. It's been fun to work with them, and we're going to play 3 songs for you. We will play 2 from the Baroque period. The first one by Handel from his oratorio, the Solomon. When Solomon became wise and famous, there were many women who wanted to meet him and possibly marry him. And one of those was the Queen of Sheba, and she was very, very wealthy. And when she makes her entrance on stage, this is the music to the entrance of the Queen of Sheba. We have 2 soloists who represent oboes, Anna Finlayson and Adelaide James. Got it right? Okay. And so they will play the oboe tonight on their violins. So we hope you like this, the entrance of the Queen of Sheba by Handel. Oh, I want to say one other thing before we start so I don't forget. The ZAP tax underwrites a lot of our expenses, and we appreciate them and all that they do. We also especially appreciate the Salt Lake Foothills Stake for letting us use this venue, and we're sorry that we couldn't play for you in person. We have to keep the rules of the COVID pandemic suggestions by our governor. So that's why we're recording this. In this way, you can play it over and over and forward it to your friends if you like. So that the entrance of the Queen of Sheba by Handel. Further along we go in the 21st centuries, the more we become, especially the young people, become removed from knowing how to listen to great music. Most of the music is either very, very loud with a harsh and repetitive beat, or it's sung at such a high pitch of loudness that words can't be understood, and so it instead of conveying a message, it actually is like elevator music. It kind of just fills up dead space, so that we hear a lot of music playing loud with a big beat, and we don't know what's going on. Okay, we're just going to take a minute and talk to you about how to listen to some of the old music, because it's very interesting and very well crafted. Okay, Antonio Vivaldi lived in the 18th century and into the 19th century. He wrote over 500 pieces, and many of these were called concertos for strings. So there wasn't a soloist, but the strings were kind of contesting against each other. Okay, so here's how he works. Here's some of the information he gives you. You hear it first in the first violins, okay? And then the second violins play the same thing. 2, ready, go. But they don't play it at the same time, so the music played at different times creates harmony. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, good. And then the cellos have information that's totally different. It doesn't sound at all like what they're playing. It sounds like this, the cello and bass. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, they play that 4 times, and while they're playing, the violins are going back and forth, so you've got 3 different things to listen to. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, all right, that's good. Now the violas have something that by itself it just sounds repetitive, and it doesn't have near the interest that these things. Listen to it. 2, ready, go. Okay, isn't that interesting? But when you put it together with the other 2 things we're listening to, other 3 things, the violins in following each other and the cello, it fills in the sound and makes it very gorgeous. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. comes a time when we finally all get together and play in unison, and that marks the end of a section, and then Vivaldi goes on with the ideas in different keys, but in different keys. So this is what it sounds like when we get together. You'll hear it immediately. Let's start the pickup to 13, okay? Pick up to 13. 1, 2, ready, go. So, Vivaldi creates interest by using those ideas, mixing them up together, changing keys, and having a good time, and gives everybody who's quick to listen, if they want to listen to everything at the same time, they have to really concentrate, but it's kind of music that feeds the mind, and when it's exciting, it feeds the soul. So we will play the first movement of this concerto in D by Antonio Vivaldi. Our third selection is, we thought we would play some Christmas tunes, so we're going to play a piece called Season's Greetings by Richard Dixon, who was a longtime member of the Utah Symphony, a composer, and an all-around good guy. He used to build model airplanes from scratch, and they're just so perfect. He did everything perfect level. Okay, we have some guests tonight. We have Megan Hall playing the bass from YCP. We have Olivia Potts, the viola coach. And we have my wife Marie playing the piano. So the season's greeting is a medley of Christmas songs, and we wish you the best of the season, and we hope you enjoy this part. Thank you and Merry Christmas to you.